Welcome to the Ultimate Training Webinar for Tuesday, March the 20th, and this is titled, The Money is in the Follow-Up, A Complete System to Closing More Deals, and I have on the line with me Coach Courtney tonight. Court, how you doing today?
I am doing wonderful. It's a great day. I've been very productive today. The weather's beautiful. Got homework done with no problem, so all is well.
Fantastic. As we were talking about things about how to make the JV program better and how to help people close more deals, this is something that we came up with that we think is very, very important, not only in your business, but especially in the JV program. Because in the JV program, we're finding that we need clients to take a more active role in the follow-up to help yourself close more deals. And this is something that you should be carrying over into your everyday business, even when you leave the JV program, when you get your 4 deals done. This is something that Courtney and I have found out really is going to help you make more money in this business. Isn't that right, Court?
Yeah, I mean, we're hearing reports right now of people who are tracking their numbers who are saying that 40 to 60% of their deals are coming from follow-up, and I've experienced that in my own business. So, I mean, if you don't have a system into place for follow-up, you are definitely leaving a lot of money on the table.
Absolutely. All right, so the objectives of tonight's call is we're going to show you that 40 to 50% of your deals comes on the follow-up. We're going to show you how to create a great follow-up system, an easy step-by-step system with a checklist that you can go through, what you can do to follow up and close deals as it applies to the JV program. And this is going to try to be more specific to the JV program. And take a systematic approach to the follow-up. As you know, we always like systems and checklists, so we're going to show you how to do that. And we're going to give you some tools to use in the follow-up. And also, and I think this is really, really key, these last two, setting the right intentions in the follow-up call and having perseverance. Because we're finding out a lot of JV clients are really getting a little bit anxious to get their first deal done, and they're really right on that borderline saying, hey, it's not quite happening yet. What's happening here? And we're telling you to have perseverance.
Right.
All right, so why the follow-up is so important. Courtney just touched on it. 40 to 50% of your deals will come on the follow-up, and that's even before the JV program we were finding this out. 40 to 50% of your deals will come on the follow-up, and that's having a systematized follow-up system. But I think it's very important in the free and clear model, because I believe that 60% or more of these deals, and I'm going to show you in the next few slides why I think this, but I think 60% or more of your deals is going to come on the follow-up. Because, let's face it, how many times have we heard so far, well, from a seller, I just need to think about it a little bit more. And if you go and have closed 2 more deals because you have a good follow-up system in place, if you are making an average of $50,000 profit per deal, and most clients are making more than that,
right,
but let's be conservative, that's an extra $100,000 that you're making just by closing an additional 2 deals. And if you're pulling out the minimum $10,000, that's an extra $20,000 in your pocket now. Court, could you use an extra $20,000?
Always. I can always put something like that to work. I've taken up wine tasting recently, so there's some nice, big, expensive bottles of wine I need to try. And that is absolutely as conservative as I'll get out. I mean, most of our clients, and myself included, are seeing profits in the free and clear model of $60,000 to $80,000, and some even higher than that. So that's extremely conservative. And pulling out 10,000 is, I mean, the bare minimum. So, I mean, it's theoretically, and only 2 more deals is also, if you're following up and you're doing what you need to be doing, an additional 2 deals a year is nothing. You should be seeing an additional 5, 6, 7 deals. So, I mean, those are like bottom line, majorly conservative numbers. So I would say that is proof positive on that slide right there that there's an important reason to have a follow-up system into place, and more importantly, to implement it and do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely. Just before we go any further, I just saw something pop up that somebody said there is no audio. If somebody can hear us, just to make sure, can you go ahead and either hit *6 and just let us know, or just type in the question box that you can hear us? Okay, they can hear us. Terrific.
Well, that's weird.
I like
How come
that.
one person can't hear us and one can? Maybe
Well,
that was right before we got it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right, good. All right.
All right, so let's go. Here is something that this has impressed me from, you and I have this in the Leads to Deeds program where we touch on this, and this is something that I think really opens eyes. Now, these are general sales statistics. 48% of salespeople never follow up with a prospect. 48%. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and stop. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. And then only 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. Now, just in our marketing alone, we tell you that you should be doing multiple hits with the same list over and over again, and that starts that rapport building process. But here is the statistics I want you to really write these down, because these are important, I think. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. So in other words, when we're getting on the phone with you with a seller, and that is considered the first contact, only 2% of sales are usually made on the first contact. 3% are made on the second, 5% are made on the third, 10% of sales are made on the fourth, and here's the killer right here. 80% of sales are made on the 5th to the 12th contact. Courtney, don't you find that amazing statistic?
Well, I look at it as an incredible opportunity for people, and I think that it's an amazing, statement about how many people give up so easily and so early, and not just in this business, but in any business. I mean, these are numbers that have been around for a long time, but it's definitely true. I've seen it repetitively. When I was a national sales trainer many, many years ago, I saw this, it's the people who are persistent and consistent that put money in their pockets, and it's the people who give up that don't. And this is proof positive. I mean, it's marketing 101. If, I was a marketing major, marketing says you got to continually contact people over and over again. There's a reason that Cialis has their commercials on TV every single night. There's a reason that State Farm has repetitive commercials on TV every night. There's a reason for all of those things, because they're trying to brand their image into your brain. And it's the same thing with any marketing or any contact. You've got to brand your image, if you will, into people's minds and make them think of you when they need to sell. And it may not be when you want them to sell. It may not be that when you need a deal or when you think you should be getting it. It's on their terms and their time. And your job is to make sure that you're the first person they think of. And the only way to do that is to be there consistently, to provide value, to provide good information, to honor what you say you're going to do it when you say you're going to do it, and be that person that they think of when the time is right for them. And so I think this slide alone, we could end the webinar right now and say, seriously, you could analyze that from so many different perspectives. Of 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact, okay? How many people on the call have made 5 to 12 contacts with the same person? Probably very few. So that tells me that only 20% of the people are getting the business, which is a reality.